Roughly 129 Americans are testing positive every single minute.
We're running on empty here.
Coast to coast, more than 104,000 Americans are hospitalized with COVID-19.
I feel like poetry, photography, painting, dance, all of the arts can and do speak to any given moment.
It tells you how people are feeling in that moment, and it gives you like a real life glimpse of life right in that moment, you know.
With everything going on around the world right now, I realized that I needed to find something that would make me happy, and that was like probably the best way to do it, which was poetry.
I thought, well, what if I offered a series of, like, say, 8 online workshops for residents in the state to write about the pandemic during the month of April and really process the experience? And then what if there was an anthology that was for New Hampshire residents afterwards they could send their poems to?
So many of them were rooted in hope and just, day-to-day tasks like cleaning your house. And, there was always kind of the air of the pandemic in there, but they weren't all centered on the pandemic. So it was just nice to see, like, oh, she's going through that too.
Some people are talking about things like grief or politics or, personal losses. Masks are a big one in here, social distancing.
How poets survive during a pandemic. 1, they grip onto lines so tightly that when they have to break apart, there's a tear along their stitched up hearts. Nobody ever told me I would miss not talking in the comfort of my own home and not feel like a prisoner, a captive, a hostage, an inmate seeking asylum.
Getting dressed to get the mail, the new euphoria. Breakfast can now last 2 hours as we prepare for lunch. Dinner? Bandit outfits in the supermarket, masks, hats, and no 6-shooters. Hair grows shaggy, gray roots the new look. Miss my hairdresser. We have my son and his wife and my 13-year-old grandson live in Canada, and the border's been closed. So this year in particular, we missed his 13th birthday. We missed his confirmation. We missed his piano recital. All these things that we can't recapture in person again.
In a typical year, we would turn to friends for comfort. This year with the pandemic, it's harder to comfort a friend in need. You can't hug a Zoom screen. That distance is what I had in mind when writing the poem. A friend's arm settles across heaving shoulders, assuaging whole Richters of grief. The pain index pigeonholes our shaken bones inside numbered boxes, labeled neatly and locked away.
I started feeling like one of the things people aren't really talking too much about is loneliness. Which I think we're all feeling. Such times and such walks with no one to tell a private joke, a secret, or a story to. All day walking, only to find its own ragged self at the end of its own frayed tale.
Sickness is now in the city. There are no more funerals, only the bodies in trailers, chock-a-block, frozen, and ovens ablaze, making us lovely like clouds.
Learning how to use Zoom, of hand sanitizers, of special shopping hours reserved for seniors, of needing to ask, Google, what day is it?
This morning, as her mama readies tiny sprouts for backyard planting, my daughter dresses in her ballet outfit, asks Alexa to play the Backstreet Boys. And as they sing about wanting it that way, I kiss the top of her head and wish her a good morning. She says, "Go help Mama, Daddy. I'd like some private dance time."
It's called Yet Spring, and as I said, it was written out of a sense of trying to explore what hadn't changed. Snow melt swells the rivers again, and nests pen from alders again. Shrug into the forks of beaches and hunker in mud and sedge. There is no sadness here, no place for sadness, simply an old, old normal, inexorable and spreading through the very air.
I didn't want to just put something dark and deliver something dark for her. Of like, how do we find the bright spots in all of this? Which is kind of what that's the challenge, I think. The nurse and the grocery clerk are all of us. Despite their masks, I see them more clearly. The corona glow around their holy heads, the steady burn of the only love that's ever mattered.
I think people will get a feeling for what it was like for us, in this year.
I think this will be a document that historians and journalists will be able to pore over, and we'll be able to capture a collective sense of what we were all going through.